Hello. I Hey guys. I didn't know what to film today, so I thought let me put the camera on and rant a little about the process of being an artist and how we all expect a bang in the beginning, but that's not what we end up getting because every process takes its time and you just can't expect to explode in the beginning. But anyway, hi. To those who don't know me, my name is Anna. I am an artist and I'm based here in Zambia. It's a country in Africa. I've been an artist professionally for about 5 years now, and then I've been doing art my whole life. So I only decided to take it on seriously some 5 years ago. But anyway, um, I receive a lot of questions of people asking me, "Oh no, how do you sell your art, and how do you get there?" It's a long process. I myself don't have that big of an audience yet, but that doesn't stop me from putting myself out there. Social media is key. You have to be part of some social media platform because you can't do it without social media alone. Sometimes the process just takes longer because for some people, the hell? Hardy. What? Hardy. Hardy. Come. Come. Get up. Come on. Come. What kind of dreams do you have? Hmm? What kind of dreams do you have? Hmm? Gosh, hi. I'm just as scared as you are. The hell? Somebody's having nightmares. Animals do dream. I wonder what it is they dream about. Oh wow. Because she just jolted off the spot she sleeps on as though she was just tossed there. So I don't know. Girl had crazy ass dreams. Probably maybe she was dreaming she's being chased by the dogs, who knows? But anyway, I don't even remember where I was, but the art process is not easy. It takes time. Oh yeah, now I do. Sometimes for some people the old traditional way works where you have a mentor, they introduce you to other platforms and connections, like tangible platforms and connections like galleries, introduce you to a few of their collectors, and then before you know it, you're selling art, you're out of the country, selling on large scale without actually being online. But that process doesn't work for everyone. Sometimes you find the path that has chosen you is that you're going to end up selling online in like the traditional way, but still have your work in galleries, and that's how people get to know who you are. So it's kind of like you're selling both ways, galleries, online. But yeah, my process started out very simple. Like everybody else, I used to paint for fun. Then somebody told me, "Hey, you're very good at this. Do you know that people can actually buy your work?" So from that conversation led to another. I ended up signing up for a few markets. I used to take part in craft markets just for just for trial basis because in the trust me, nobody is that brazen and confident in the beginning. In the beginning, I wasn't sure if anybody would even be interested in my stuff. So in the beginning, it was just like, okay, I'm going to try this out since somebody says I should try selling my work at markets. And then my very first market was, oh, it was nerve wracking. I didn't know how to set up. I literally just had a table with me in the open sun and had to figure out how to lay out my paintings and all. So I'll never forget, but I'm pretty sure I have a picture that I'm going to share with you guys. But yes, it was my very first market, and surprisingly, I sold my first piece, and I was like, oh, wow! Like I still nobody ever forgets their first sale. I still remember the lady who got the piece from me. I think she's from, I don't remember if she's from South Africa or is it Ireland or anyway, yeah. Between SA and Ireland, one of the countries, I still keep in touch with her in the sense that I follow her on socials. But I remember she approached me and she was like, "Oh, your work is nice and all that, and how how long have you been here?" And I was telling her, "No, today's my first day." And the sun was going down. It was about past 4, and I was telling her, "No, everything is okay. People like my work, but I haven't even sold anything yet," and stuff like that. And she was like, "Oh, wow, really? So, but these are very good pieces." So she picked a piece of a lady figure that was wearing a red dress, and that was my very first ever piece that did not involve people I know helping me out, and it was touching. It gave me reason to keep selling. So I frequented markets after that. I took part of several different markets as long as I could. I took part. You don't expect to sell all the time. It just depends on the time and if luck is on your side around that time. Because art is a funny thing, you know. Some people appreciate art to a point it brings tears to their eyes, and other people think they cannot buy a piece if they don't understand art, and that's what I don't understand. You don't have to understand art. Even just thinking that, okay, this will look great on my wall is enough reason to get something, because most of the stuff we buy is because we like them, not because we understand the whole process behind that thing. So even just thinking, okay, to make a good addition to your living room, for example, to match with the furniture, that's good enough reason. There's no artistic language that you need to know in order to purchase a piece from somebody. So yeah, you get ups and downs like that. But markets were a very good way for me to get myself out there. It reached a point when I'd go places, people would recognize me and say, "Oh no, I saw you at the other market," or "A friend of mine told me about you because they got a work from you from the last market, and here you are." And others would just say, "Oh no, I saw you off Facebook or I saw you off Instagram. It's nice to actually finally see you in person. Wow, these are great. Like, can I get a piece? I don't have, I can't afford to pay for everything now." And I'm like, "No, it's fine. Leave me with a down payment. I keep the piece for you. When you pay the other half, then I can send it off to you via courier." So that's how life was for me in the beginning. And I was able to get into galleries, and it picked up from there. Galleries actually reached out to me instead of the other way around, because I wasn't even sure how you're supposed to go about the whole thing of um, approaching a gallery. I thought, back to the language thing, I thought there's a special language you're supposed to use. And I would look at my work and think, "Yeah, no, it's not that good enough yet. It needs to be special." Because sometimes what eats us up is comparison in the beginning. Artists, especially before you find what your style is, we all have been through this where you're comparing your work to somebody else's. That's normal, because sometimes it just kind of keeps you on your toes on the quality of your work. I'm not talking about comparison style wise, trying to mimic somebody else's style. That actually means you don't really have like your own identity, like what's your signature, and finding your style is not the easiest thing. Yeah, okay, I'll get to the style part, but comparing yourself to other artists kind of gives you enough reason to push yourself further, because the further you can push yourself, the better your work becomes, the more efficient you become as an artist. A piece that would take you 1 month to finish can be done in at least a week or 2 weeks. So yeah, it's always good to compare yourself to somebody else. That way you don't even give up and think, "Oh no, maybe this is not meant for me." Hear stories from how other people started. It helps. My battery is about to die. Let's say my phone deformed. But yeah, what was I trying to get at? Oh, I was talking about finding your own style. Finding your own style takes a while. It's very hard to know distinctively what your style is, especially in the beginning. Because for me, the beginning is looked at like this: it's experimentational stage. Only after you experiment several different styles will you either come up with one of your own or stick to one that actually works for you. For me, in the beginning, take figurative art. I didn't even have the interest. I didn't think figurative art would be my thing. I thought it would just always be abstract art, and then through working with different pieces and different versions of what I was doing, I came up my current abstract style. I would say I think, yeah, the very first piece or first take I had made of it was in 20 what? Ooh, 2021? Yeah, it was quite a small piece, maybe about year size. And somebody caught it. And I was like, oh, okay, people do appreciate this. Because for me, when I did it, I was thinking to myself, I don't like to waste paint. So in case you're wondering what it is I'm doing, I'm just creating a background for a piece I do not have the idea for yet. I don't like to waste paint. So this is me just trying to create a background that doesn't look as well just smudging paint all over the place. But yes, back to finding your own style, it takes a while. It's not the easiest, and then normally people say, how will you know that it's your style? First of all, it's how it feels when you're working on pieces like that. If you're really, really enjoying the work and you're lost in it, and then you find there is no limit to the ideas that you are coming up with that particular style you're working with, that's the best way. I think for me, that's the best way you'd know if it's your style or not. I'm sorry, excuse the echo because my room is a bit, I wouldn't say big, but it's an okay size, but it's just not as packed as much as it would be, so there's a bit of an echo in here. But yeah, if you're working on work or a particular style that the ideas and progression of that work is limitless, you actually even know, like for me, my work is actually mapped out in my head. I know I'm starting out like this. Next year I would not be doing the exact same thing. Okay, there's already a growth plan in my head of I'm going to tweak it and start making it come out like this. After next year, I know I'm going to tweak it and it's going to come up like this, because you also have to be fair to the audience. They can't keep getting the same stuff from you, meaning you're not creating, you're just recreating the same stuff all over and over and over again. What are you doing that's different? So for me, that was the best way I knew that this is for me, because it was all mapped out in my head. Working on these pieces for me, it's flawless. The ideas and the color palettes are already in my head before I even start. I already know where I'm going with something. Can somebody have more than one style? Somebody has asked me that before. Yes, myself. 3 different styles. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't seem to lean towards one more than the other one because people love me for all 3. So I'm even thinking, do I have like 3 different Instagram accounts showcasing 3 different kinds of work, or do I just plaster everything on one? I don't know. Okay, I don't know, but that's just how I am. Maybe it also reflects to my personality. I'm not as plain as I might want to be, but my work speaks for itself. I'm an overthinker and I can't help it. I've got 3 different styles. So if you find yourself already seeing the future of particular work that you're creating, then that's your distinctive style. Somebody can't tell you that make this your style, no. Because after 2-3 pieces, you won't know what to make next, making it pointless. So yeah, that's typically how you find your style. And trust me, work that you create when you're filled with passion for it, that's the work that sells. That's the work that somebody will actually appreciate more than anything. So do not create work thinking, oh, no, that kind of art sells a whole lot more. No, because your art reflects you. So if somebody can't marry your work to you, it's a bit of a problem. I'm sorry. I've got allergies, so every once in a while I keep scratching the bridge of my nose because I've got pollen allergies, and this season is just messing with me. My hair won't lay down flat, and that's why it's like this. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm suffering from excessive frizz. Somebody please tell me what I could use for my hair, because the frizz is insane. I can't put this up into a bun because this is not even as short as it is. It's just shrinking and shrinking. And so, like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to have it in an afro. But I don't want this rant to go on for too long. So anyway, I thought I'd just share a few things about myself that people out there have asked me about and might want to know. And then I thought I'd just share a bit of my artistic process. Because normally when I'm creating work, I love to listen to a podcast. I either have my headsets on or listening to a podcast, but I can't do that when I'm making footage for you guys. It kind of makes it hard because I use my phone. Somebody can be like, no, why don't you set up the laptop? I'm afraid because it's going to eat up space on this table. And then I have water in cups like these for my brushes, spray bottle, my coffee mug. We all know what water does to machines. Not a good combination. But as for now, I think that's as much as I can share. I'll make a proper video and vlog when I have time, because lately I've been so busy being an adult. It's exhausting, it's stressful, it's not easy. But we all have to do it. We're not getting any younger anyway. So you might as well roll with it. So yeah, be expecting a vlog hopefully by next week, just so that you can see what a day in my life is. Although this is almost as typical as a day in my life would be. I'm in the studio, the house is empty, everybody's not here. It's just me and the cats, who was recently just from having nightmares. And the dogs outside, of course. But for now, yeah, this is a typical day for me, except a little bit of bits and pieces. I normally things I do just to keep myself awake and all that, which I'll share in my vlog. But as for now, I thought, I'll put the camera up. Let me give these guys a bit of a rant and just answer a few questions that people have asked me, especially the finding your style thing or where you sell your work. Like in the beginning, please don't think, oh no, but I'm an artist, I'm supposed to start off in a gallery. Only a few people get to start off in a gallery. Be part of craft markets. They help. I don't care what country you're in. Like, craft markets are things that you find everywhere. Start small by just showcasing your art there. Before you know it, people will be calling you instead. I've had people call me, maybe like, we met sometime in January and they're calling me in August and saying, oh, so you're the last the craft market that was in January. I've been out of the country. Do you still have that talk about? I told you I would call, but I never called. I really want it. I want it. So can I buy it? Is it still there? And normally, yeah. If the piece is still around, they do get. Sometimes clients don't disappear because they're disappearing. No, people have got things to do. So put yourself out there. I always say this, and I'll say this once again. People cannot buy what they can't see. People need a physical connection with things, not just plastering things online. Anyway, I'm running out of space. So for now, that's all I'm going to say. Bye. Real quick, please share, like, and subscribe. Help me grow this baby.